All right, welcome back. All right, so today we're going to be going over setting up your return settings. As you can see, I logged into another one of the accounts that we're running here. And as you can see, we have 432 orders that needs to be shipped out. This account is actually an older account. It's much older than the previous account. So far, for the past 30 days, we've done $142,000 in sales. As you can see, we also have a lot more products active as well, right? So we have 194 listings actively available for sale. The other store had only 34. Okay, so we've done $4,500 in sales today. It's currently 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so not too bad, right? $142,000 sales. But anyways, so let's go over the return settings. So we're gonna do the same process. We're gonna go all the way to the top. And we're gonna go to settings, and then we're gonna select return settings, right? All right. So when you get to your return settings, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're checking the appropriate boxes here. Okay. So in this section, receive return request emails with links to authorize, close, or reply. That's fine, no biggie. I want to authorize each request. I want Amazon to automatically authorize all requests that meets Amazon's policy. So that's not an issue. You can either choose you want to authorize each request, or you want Amazon to automatically authorize all requests that meets Amazon's policy. Right? So it just depends upon you as a business owner how you would like to manage your business. Do you want Amazon to automatically authorize all requests that meets their policy, or do you actually want to verify and cross-reference every request before it's authorized? Right. So we have it set here for this account. Some other accounts are set here, so like I said, it's really not a biggie. I don't usually check off this option. Your return mailing label. Okay, so I will provide a prepaid mailing label for this web, because remember, we are selling the items and we're also fulfilling the items as well, right? So Amazon is not handling the fulfillment. We are, okay? So we're going to be the one providing a prepaid mailing label to the customer so they can return the items. Amazon's not the one that's going to be doing that, okay? So you want to make sure you select this option. Shipping carrier, right? The shipping carrier doesn't really matter because we have no idea who's going to be the carrier, because when we purchase the products from the supplier, they can, sometimes they can use USPS, it could be FedEx, it could be DHL, it could be UPS. So it really doesn't matter, okay? So usually I just select UPS. I want to provide a return merchandise authorization number, so you definitely want to make sure you check that. So Amazon's not going to generate that for you. So that's going to come with the label. So once you get the return mailing label from your supplier, it's also going to have the RMA number on there as well. Okay. And then this text here, I usually put this. This is just a return policy. Basically, it states that returns are generally accepted within 30 days. So that way the customer doesn't think that they can return an item to us whenever they want. Imagine somebody buying something from you and then returning it 60, 90 days later. Okay, do you think the supplier is going to allow you to return it? No, right? So you want to make sure you have this in place. And also, I have on here, all returns are subject to a 25% restocking fee. You can have this at 20%, 15%. It's really up to you. Now, you have to be very careful about how do you use this, right? You definitely don't want to abuse it, because if a customer wants to return a product and they have a valid reason, you obviously want to make sure that you allow them to return the product. Obviously, if they're having buyer's remorse and they just want to return it because they don't want it anymore, right? So there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, you know what? We don't have an issue processing the return for you. However, there's nothing wrong with the product, and we have to go through the process of sending it back, etc., which is going to take up our time. So we're going to charge you 20%, 25%. So it's all about how you word it to the customer. All right. So very simple, guys. Very straight to the point. And then another thing you need to do here is you need to go to where it says return address settings, and you want to make sure that you set this up, you add your address on here, so you can actually change this. You can click on change, and you can select whichever one, or if you don't have one, you add one in there. Okay, so you want to make sure you have an address on here, because when a customer wants to return a product, you need to have an address on the system. Otherwise, you're going to have some issues with Amazon. Obviously, you don't want customers to return products directly to you, which is why when a customer requests a return, right, you want to make sure that they request a return, and then you go ahead and you authorize that return, and you provide them with the return label so they can return it at the local UPS, local FedEx, whatever it is, right? So you don't want products going to your house, obviously, but you do need to have an address in the system for Amazon's purposes. Okay. All right, guys. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video, and we'll go over tax settings.